Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast. And I've already got Friday on my mind. I got tomorrow on my mind because, Jodi, I'm going out of town without you.
I know it. I know it. Part A.
Actually, it's just the little retreat thing that I do, every year, half and half. And every year I tweak it and try to make it better because it's really 36 hours, which is not a total retreat, right? I mean, I guess if you were really trying to do something.
I mean, a weekend away. It's a weekend retreat. What do you mean half and half? What does that mean?
What's half and half?
So half planning and then half relaxation.
Oh, okay.
And when I say relaxation, it's really more to me about like focus, meditation, quiet.
Good.
And what I'm going to do in that quiet piece is something that I actually want to do in the future for an entire weekend. But since this is a planning weekend, I can't completely go there, which is tech-free, where the phone absolutely gets put away for an entire weekend. Huh. There's nothing electronic, no laptop, no computer, no phone. No, now the phone will be with me, obviously, in case of emergency, because if Jodi needs me, she can reach me. But it's going to be set to where the only sound it makes is if Jodi calls me or texts. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Not even our girls? Taylor and Phoebe, you need to let them know to call me if they need you.
Yeah.
Okay, Jodi and the girls, and that's it.
Well,
what about Sam?
Okay, Jodi and the girls and Sam, and that's it.
All right, strike the tech-free weekend.
No, I would love that for you.
No, I think that, but I've heard people talk about it, and I would like to experience it. I don't think I would have a FOMO problem with it. I don't think that I would.
You're going to reach for it at times, but then I think you would enjoy it, but you're wired for that.
Are you going to do any of that this weekend, though? Like put it down for like 9 hours?
That's what it means, half and half, yeah.
Well, not for 9 hours straight, but I'm going to, when I say a 50-50 split, I'm going to schedule out my day where there's deliberately 90 minutes where it's either going to be, I can pick up something and read if I want, I can go walk to somewhere to eat if I want, but I'm not going to be looking at my phone. Now,
good.
I will carry it with me if I'm deciding that that's going to be like lunch. I have to, but I'm not going to pick it up. I'm not going to pick it up and look at it.
I love that.
But it's going to be just a taste because I don't think that really achieves the big picture of whatever point in the future. But I've really just been thinking about that a whole lot lately because I am, as many people, just so tech immersed. I love the tool. I really do want to use it, it to my advantage all the time. But what we do here for a living, literally doing this podcast right now, we're recording on tech, right? And so all of the things that go along with that, they just cause your brain you have to think about, it's one little thing. And I think those little things that we kind of do subconsciously now with our tech wears us out without us realizing it. It's the reason that, I even find now, if I get lost in trying to catch up on the day's news, or if I'm in, Facebook, and I do try to limit myself on social, but you know how that works. Everything's going to be fed to you. You start to scroll, and I realize that even after 15 or 20 minutes, that's not relaxing. I'm exhausted from it, and it's because your brain is just whatever your brain's doing, reacting to it, right? And so I really can't wait to be able to dedicate. I don't know that it'll be a whole week's worth, but if I could do like 3 days solid where there's a retreat where I don't need to do the planning aspect and completely disconnect from technology, I bet that will be.
I'd love that for you.
It would probably be a whole different level of peace.
You'd feel centered. Here's the ironic question that I have for you. How are you going to meditate when you use your tech to meditate? Because you use an app to meditate, right?
Yeah, I use the Calm app. Yeah.
Okay.
I think in that case, I also know how to meditate without an app.
Good.
It's really just about being in silence and staying in presence and, catching yourself as your mind drifts. And there are ways
you just won't have the guided meditation. It'll be your own.
Yeah.
But that to me, that's a technicality there because it's not like he's scrolling social media. He's using a coach or a guide to help him.
It is. I'm just
Even
wondering.
though it's in tech. It's not really.
Okay.
Well, for this weekend, I'm sure I will use some of the coaching sessions, but if I do the true tech getaway, maybe it will be, completely unrelated. I've even honestly thought about seeking, because these groups do exist, I just don't know how much it costs to do that, where, there are these mental wellness retreats that people will do for 48 hours or so, and you're with a group of people who are really doing the same things, it's so
like
I guess there's limited interaction, but you're practicing, in person with coaches, which I think would be totally different than using, tech also. But because, for for me, it's not just a tech's part of life. You both know this. I've been a tech lover since I was a kid. I've always been, if I'm a gadgety kind of, I like tech. If it plugs in or takes batteries, I probably want one.
It lights up your brain.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Love it.
And that probably is from the day that my parents gave me my first little recorder, to be able to do whatever I wanted to do with a microphone. And when I was all of 6 years old.
Yeah.
And so it's weird. It's a I don't want to say it's a love-hate relationship, but it's exciting to use. But I also realize that's the part that wears me out, because if you're always troubleshooting and tinkering, again, your brain is really engaged in something that, is not restful. And I want to teach myself to be more restful.
Good.
So, it's a matter of putting the tech down. And I realize I'm saying this about to go do a half and half retreat, but this one has design and purpose. It's the whole, okay, you can't do everything in the world in one day that you want to do. So how do you pick the most important things and stay focused on those? To me, it's like spring cleaning. Every now and then the closet gets full and junked up. You got to go in, clean it out, rearrange it to be fresh and back on track. You can't be, You can be. We all wind up being machines because we love our routines and it becomes easy. But the whole thing about, a routine and a task list is not living life, You
need this more than anyone I know, because we're all hamsters on a wheel during the day, but you really are. You have too many things pulling on you. You have a lot of things you want to do. You have a lot of projects. And so I feel like you work so much that you do need to do this more than anybody I know, just to refocus yourself. Not that that's going to change. You're still a very motivated person. You're always going to have a lot going on.
Yep.
But for you to take a step back from it and just sort of reorganize it and be for a little bit, so good for you.
Well, and Sam, back to the 50-50 question that you asked. Excuse me. This will be the fifth time or sixth time I've done it, whatever. And so I really keep trying to morph it as I go. The first year was just like, man, I had so much, and it was a big brain dump, and I literally did work, and I enjoyed. I came out with a lot of great stuff, but I realized I was a little bit exhausted. The second year, I tried to do it the same way, and I came out even more exhausted. I think because I had this comparison that I was trying to do the first year, and I felt like it was like the perfectionist in me that was coming out, having to get it all just right and come up with another list of 10 things or improving what I've already improved. And I have finally, learned, okay, now you got to balance. It's going to be pointless for you to go cram the whole weekend just because you can, think that you're, doing this long sprint for 2 days. And I don't want to be worn out. I want to balance it so that what I spend my time on is good, focused time, but I'm not going to try to manage a list of 20 things.
Good.
It's going to be just a couple of things, and it'll be balanced this time so that when I come back, the 50-50 part is I will be at least refreshed enough to implement whatever it is that I decide that I'm going to, do or refocus on.
Have you ever considered doing, I know we talk about solo Sam a lot, but a solo Murphy? That is not retreat geared. That's like
fun.
You get on a plane, you fly somewhere a couple hours away, and you spend 2 days somewhere just eating and doing and stuff like that.
To me, that's a retreat. Honestly, if I'm going by myself and I'm not engaging, I'll socialize with others.
You're just
right, exactly.
Chilling.
Yeah, and I think that's when I say the whole tech break vacation thing. If I ever do that, that's exactly what that will be. If in an emergency case, Jodi can reach out to me. So it's not like if I'm going to go walking somewhere for my own safety, I'm not going to walk without my phone.
Right.
But I actually do have the self-discipline not to look at my phone. I know I can do that because I do that at home. How many times, Jodi, have you tried to text me? It's like, all right, he's not answering me. But, so I've got the self-discipline to do that. But I think a solo vacation away for me, it is a retreat. Mm-hmm. I guess it's different for you. What was really cool about you doing the solo vacation is as a single person, you were really just kind of comfortable doing your own thing at home. So your break for you was like your respite, just right, chill out. But then when you started traveling to do your Sam solo vacation, you realized you're experiencing new things. To me,
it's somewhere I wanted to go and wanted to try, and boom, that's where I went.
Right, and so to me, that's relaxing. So I would absolutely love to do that. In fact, whenever I do the tech-free thing, probably would be that. Mm-hmm. I guess the only thing is if I'm driving somewhere, I mean, driving would be great. If I fly somewhere, I have to have the phone for the
tech.
Yeah, right, exactly. So,
Again, to me, that is a technicality.
Yeah, that's true. It really is a technicality.
It's part of our lives.
It's just
today.
my ticket's on here, my itinerary's on here.
Unless I decide to go somewhere in bicycle riding distance.
Oh, yeah.
Missed any part of the show? Get it all on the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi podcast.